There we are. Good evening, everybody. Whew, I'm pretty wiped. It was a long day, a very fun day, a very long day at the train show. I had a lot of fun, and just wanted to share some of that with you, and then maybe do a little bit of weathering. We'll see. So I don't know. I'm pretty tired, so I don't know how much energy I'm gonna have to do this weathering job. But we'll give it a shot, maybe, depending on how we feel after I go through the day. So, yeah. I guess let me just finish getting this stuff all good to go. Pardon me. My throat is wrecked. We have, for anyone who doesn't know, in the northeastern U.S. right now, there's a pretty severe drought, and it's led to some pretty large wildfires, particularly one about 70 miles, 80 miles south of me-ish. I don't know. 100-ish miles south of me, we'll say. Which is in Orange County, New York, right near the New York-New Jersey border. On the west shores. Excuse me. Again, apologize. Very tired. But big fire on the west shores of the Hudson, and in the forests up on the Palisades and stuff like that. And the weather conditions were right today to just smash the Dutchess County area, southern Dutchess, with some really bad wildfire smoke. I can't. It's too dark out for me to really tell if it's still there, but it was really bad earlier. So my throat kind of got a little bit wrecked from all that smoke. And then add that to the fact that I'm tired, and that's why my voice is so vocal fried. But yeah, so that's the reasoning for what's going on in this region. But yeah, let me pull up some pictures here and videos from today. Mostly videos, because that's basically what I took. Let's grab this picture here. Oh, no, actually, grab it from here. There it is. Oh, it's not what I wanted. Bring that back. There it is. This is its own window. So we've got that. And then pull this up. Here, here, and there. Good. Alright, let me get this. Add new source. Screen capture. Add source. We'll just call it screen capture. That works. I don't know why it opens such a big dialog box. Gotta size this thing way down so I can actually find the go button. Oh, and now I clicked away from it. There it is. There it is. Add source. Open another massive dialog, why don't you? So we'll have it capture this one first. so that was my car last night. And so obviously this year, you all, if you've seen my videos, you should know this. This is my layout. Let me, real quick. Pop my face in the corner here. Activate. There we go. Bye. But yeah, so this is my layout on the left here. I brought that to the show. I only ran 1 or 2 switch jobs just because I didn't realize how dirty my rails were. So I'm gonna have to do some cleanup work to get the rails clean, and probably clean some wheels as well. That would probably help too. But I brought that, so that's what that is. But all of these modules here, these were all the T-Track modules that we ran at the show today. Not all of them, actually. This is not all the modules that we ran at the show. We had a number of other people who brought modules. But Streamlabs is freaking out. There we go. Now you can see me in my totality. But these were all from the Great Hudson Valley T-Track competition, which I'll have a video on soon, because I got a video shot for it, and that's going to be on my channel here, and then it's also going to go, I think, if I can get it done, it's going to also go up on the Hyde Park train station YouTube channel. I can't remember exactly what the channel title is, but it's going to go up. It should hopefully be able to go up there as well. But it was basically a competition that we ran at the Hyde Park train station, where we were selling Klondike's module kits plus a double 248 pizzicato track and a double 62 pizzicato track to get the full 310 millimeters for a standard single T-track module. And then once you had the track laid and the box built, you were free to do whatever kind of scenery you want. So these people did Honey, I Shrunk the Town, which is basically they took some pretty standard dollhouse stuff. They built this little dollhouse cafe, or I think they built it. I don't actually know, but I believe they built it. And then took, looks to me like 1/48 figures, or maybe 1/87. It might be HL figures. I can't really tell, but I think it's bigger than HL figures. And populated them. So it's Honey, I Shrunk the Town, because they're all too small for their chairs and stuff, which was a lot of fun. And then you had like this Hansel and Gretel house going on with gummy bears on the roof and sprinkles for the path. You had this guy who used real rock, a bunch of real rocks. This guy weighed a ton, but it was that was his choice, and it looked pretty good. This was a replica of car hinge, which car hinge images. Nebraska. It is a it's like this kind of recreation of Stonehenge, basically. There it is. But it's made out of cars, painted like primer gray, and it's like in the middle of a field in Nebraska. So this is an N-scale car henge. We got a campsite from a scout troop. We've got a field for war reenactors. This guy is big into war miniatures and stuff like that. So he had some, the competition, he had some Civil War miniatures there. This model didn't actually end up going on the layout today, just because he didn't bother bringing his miniatures today. but it was a new module anyways. This back here, this was actually a Christmas Story module, the movie Christmas Story, because it's got the can't really see it here, but this was the leg lamp from the movie. On the table there was a Red Ryder BB gun. There was a dresser. On the dresser there, or a cabinet, there was Ovaltine. So it's a big reference to the movie. Oh, excuse me. And the trains were like little trains on the ground of this like dollhouse sized house, which was cool. And then that's my module in the corner there. That's my apple orchard. And then these four were not donated. Donated's not the right word. Lent is the right word. They were lent to the club to be able to run a full loop. It's just four corners that a guy named that guy had made and lent to us. So Steve Walsh. So that was my car last night. That's prefacing, and then the Tech 2s for running the T-track layout and blah 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 blah. And then, like I said, we had two other people who came and brought modules. Steve came and brought a couple of his doubles, and then a guy named Matt brought a 6 module length station to 3 double length modules, I believe, or was it 2 triple lengths? It was 2 triple length modules. That's what it was. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, so now if I go into here, that's the right thing I wanted to do. And I swap to... Why can't I... Alright, we're just gonna swap to this. And I'm gonna do this. What have I done? There we go.
Well, it is about your
videos I shot. Lionel, EP5, or actually I don't actually know if it's Lionel, but 3-rail O-scale EP5 from the New Haven with a set of fluted cars, and then G-scale, looks like U25, I think. Yeah, U25B, an Aristocrat, I believe, with a military train behind it. Excuse me. Lots of vendors at the show today. I picked up some things right here, which I'll show off in a minute, once we kind of walk through the show a little bit. Oops. There's a big G-scale Thomas layout here, advertising for the Kingston train show in March. There was a big ride-on railroad. Pioneer Valley Live Steamers came, and they had their ride-on railroad set up on these little metal tracks that they ran around the length of the whole Mid-Hudson Civic Center. More vendors. So this is the layout for the old Newburgh Model Railroad Club, which I have some videos on my channel of their N-scale layout. This is their modular HO layout, which they bring to shows all the time. So this is that layout. It's New York, Ontario, and Western Milk Train. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, very tired. With a nice pair of FTs, I believe, leading. FTs or F3s? No, FTs. 4 portholes. We had this little town, which was over the corner. The corner is in a tunnel in this module. There goes a little Conrail switcher on the ride-on railroad from Pioneer Valley. Continuing around the Newburgh layout. We got a coal yard over here. Got a ex Burlington Northern Triclops GP60 or SD60 pulling short intermodal train. Actually, it's not really an intermodal train, is it? It's yeah, it's like well, it's intermodal, I suppose. Intermodal container, Boeing 747 parts, Pan Am, Boeing parts, intermodal bus. So it's a little bit of everything. Nice bridge here. Some real nice little details going on in some of these scenes. Copper roof. Oh, this building is real nice. And got a little New York Central. .440 leading a short passenger job. Little abandoned stub right there. There goes that quote-unquote intermodal train again. Alright, now we have the Albany N track layout. People who have seen my videos on the Albany GTE, Great Train Extravaganza, or the this train show from a couple years back will recognize some scenes on this layout. As the Albany N-Track guys ran a couple years ago. They ran actually every year with us. Been pulling a piggyback train, and actually Mark, who's the guy who had this train, was telling me this is actually based on a picture that he found of because normally the DL109s were, if they're dual service locomotives, they generally pulled passengers during the day and freight at night. But apparently this train was running late, and the DL109 with the tuxedo green and gold was pulling a train with some M&M piggyback cars, or M&M trailers on piggyback cars, and so I must have been running late and into the morning, because there was a daylight shot of this train. Basically, it was a little, I think he was saying it was a little longer, but it's pretty close to accurate. So, neat little thing. And then we have CSX Gevo pulling like 15-16 car tank car train. We've got a CB&Q Silver Streak. And then I don't remember what was on the last track, or if anything was on the last track at this point in time, to be honest. Oh, that's what it was. It was the EL mixed freight. An Erie Lackawanna, looks like an F7, leading a mixed freight with some coal, so a couple tankers and some wood-sided reefers. So good stuff. Oh, excuse me. So these modules here to the right with the painted backdrop with all the buildings on it. This one that we're on right now. This generally resides at the Hyde Park train station because it is a model of Hyde Park. This right here is a model of the Hyde Park train station. Hey, how you doing, Brandon? This is a little model of the Hyde Park train station that got built for this scene, and that's the representation of the freight house that was there. So I'll cut back again. That was the signal shed, I believe. The underpass to get to the platforms that are on the near side relative to us. And then going back up the hill, that's the Vanderbilt, or excuse me, not Vanderbilt, the Roosevelt estate there, a little model of that. So, how you doing, cars? Good to have you here. We're just going through kind of my day today and what I saw at the train show today. This is all the Albany N track layout that they had up and running today. This is a great scene. You got some divers diving off the bridge up top. Nice little road on this corner going up and over. That's the DL-109. Like I was saying, it was a dual mode locomotive, pulled passengers during the day, freight at night. But Mark, whose train that is, said he found a picture of a DL-109 with the green and gold scheme that was pulling a handful of piggyback cars with M&M trailers, just like that train had, that little model train, during the daytime. So it must have been running late. Don't worry about it, man. There'll be more train shows that I'll be at in the future. Don't worry about it. You can come see me at some other show. Yes. Where'd that EL train go here? I'll go back one. This EL train had a lot of coal cars, and then a handful of, I think there was one tank and a handful of wood sheathed reefers at the back. And then obviously that's the Burlington Silver Streak Zephyr that we got there. Which is a nice model that Kato has. Was it not in this video? This video. There it is. There's your coal cars. Erie Lackawanna F7 leading probably 15 or 10 coal cars, 10 to 15 coal cars, and then a couple other cars at the rear. Yeah, so then this layout was like kind of a touch and play layout. That's always brought. The idea is basically the guy who owns this layout brings a handful of relatively cheap or, you know, kind of dedicated trains. Those are same trains every year. And he's got the Transformers here for kids to play with them. So the kids get to control forward, backwards. The kids get to control how much speed the train has going around everything. So it's always a big hit for the kids. What are you yelling about now, Hump? Hey, that's actually a great time to plug the, where is it? Fundraiser that we're doing. With my insulin pump going off, I'm raising money for Breakthrough T1D this month, since it's National Diabetes Month and National Diabetes Awareness Month and National Model Rating Month. So if you got a few extra bucks to spare, I'll be streaming with the campaign all month. But yeah, so this is just a little touch and play layout. With a various assortment of trains on there. A New England Central Jeep, got a Metro North P32, there's a Conrail Dash 8, New York Central FA, and then on the inner track, on the end scale, there's I think a Mopac, yeah, Missouri Pacific BL2. So lots of stuff, and then a little New York Central. I think it's a 260 on that over there. Kind of see the T-track layout right here, but we'll get to that in a bit. I actually don't know if I got any good overview shots of it, which is absurd, seeing as I was there all day. Oh, this was always a fun layout. This is the Hudson Valley Railroad Society's layout. Basically, it's all the, you know, it's 3-rail line L, O scale, but all of the, you know, the semaphores and the sounds and all the stuff, the line L accessories are all controlled by these little key fobs. So the kids get to make all sorts of sounds, and I think they hold one down to make the inner train go, and it's a fun one. So that's a, uh-oh. Oh boy. Well, past the NMRA booth. We had a test track and a little, I think it's a time saver. Switching puzzle. That's a valid division. There we are. And then I handed the camera to my brother for the T-track layout because I had to... Oh, this is... I handed my camera to my brother for the T-track layout because I was off doing my earlier live stream, my quick 15-minute stream of the show. Oh, there's my module right there. This one was mine, this apple orchard. So we got the apple orchard, we got Carhenge from Nevada. We got the Real Rocks, we got a little lake. We've got Honey, I Shrunk the Town. We've got Gulliver's Travels in the 21st Century. We got a G.I. Joe figure with a bunch of N-scale people, and my SD card just freaked out and disconnected itself, which it does with annoying regularity. So I apologize for that. Let me pull this back up. Where am I? There I am. Open with photos. Wow, this is my brother shooting trains way too close. Too close for the camera to focus. But I had, as you can see here, I had my Amtrak Rainbow Era train running at the end of the day here. But I ran the Rainbow Era train. I ran... What other trains did I run? I ran my Norfolk and Western 611 with a couple of Norfolk and Western passenger cars. I ran the New York Central 20th Century Limited, which had the Staccato set, and I had the Bachmann J3A Hudson running at Point for a while. And then I also ran my Amtrak Phase 3 set with my F40PH and 3 Amfleets and baggage car. This is the little local freight that I was running towards the end of the day on the inner loop. And I was running also a couple of my B&CCS locomotives, like it was a Jeep 40 and a Dash 8, a B40-8, and I was running those with the beer train, which is just a whole bunch of wood sheathed reefers that had beer logos on the sides. So that was a bit of fun. And then I also ran a freight train pulled by, it was like a 15-20 car freight pulled by a pair of New Haven U25Bs, which I was excited to run because I hadn't had a chance to break those out in a long time, because I didn't get around to it. Let me skip to where he did a little bit better videography. There we go. By this point, you finally started to get the hang of things. I wish I had gotten a better overview. I might have in my live stream earlier. I gotta double check. But these shots were not bad that he got. You can see the absolute length of this Rainbow Era train that I had. It was a 20-car train being pulled by a single SDP-40F, which shows you the strength of that model and how much cars it can pull. Yeah, there's the SDP-40F. And then there goes the train. All 20 cars had 3 baggage, and then a few Penn Central coaches and a whole bunch of Amtrak coaches. And diners and dinettes and roomettes and diner cars and whatever. So, anyways, let me do this and this. Where did they go? Okay, turn this off. So I'll show you, go through and show you all what I picked up today at the show. I'm just gonna plug in my light real quick for my desk. There we go. So I picked up 4 cars at the show today. Two, because I want them for my layout. Like, specifically, like I have a specific goal for them. And then 2, because I thought they were neat. Get this camera going here. I have to keep this stupid light. It's so bad. Much better. There we go. All right. Let me. Transform. There we go. I can get that today. That can get out of the way. All right. So we'll start with the fun cars that I got here. The first fun car I got was this one. This is a Microtrains special run. It's part of their Heritage Collection, which basically means freelance railroads. So this is a box car for the Platteville and Calamine Railroad, 40-foot. I figured it would go well. I want to start picking up a few more fictional railroad cars, some from this series. I might pick up another 1 or 2 from home shops, but I figure this will go nicely with my D&O car and my cars painted for Heath's Railroad, the Riverside Transfer, and then also with my BNCCS stuff. I want to start building out the world by connecting it to other people's worlds. But yeah, the back of this box here says Gordon Odegaard, who I assume is the man who, well, I know is the man based on what I read. So Gordon Odegaard, who built the Platteville and Calamine. But Gordon Odegaard was a member of the Model Railroader staff for over 40 years. He was responsible for his series on building the N-scale Clinchfield Railroad. So if you've ever seen that online or anything like that, this is the guy. As an ardent Milwaukee fan, his Platteville and Calamine Railroad was planned as a subsidiary of the Milwaukee of that railroad, hence the Milwaukee style Road Herald, with the canted rectangle with the same font. I'm not going to be weathering this car tonight just because I haven't done weathering in a number of months, and I want to start on something that I care a little bit less about. So if I get around to weathering, we'll be weathering this car, which is a USLX Arthur A. Pazzi Company Forest Products from Bend Millwork Company. It's an old Atlas car that I used for the lumberyard on my layout, and I think would be neat to get some light weathering onto. So we're just looking through. This is a car I purchased from the show today. We're going through those first, and then we'll get around to doing some light weathering, I think. Because I think I'm feeling up to it. But yeah, this was a neat one I saw and I wanted to grab. So I grabbed it. and I think it'll go nicely with my Virginia and Ohio car that I got from Home Shops, and it'll go nicely with my cars that I've got painted up for Heath Hurwitz's Riverside Transfer, and it'll go nicely, obviously, with my B and CCS cars, so I can build out, again, the story and connect my story to the stories of other modelers around the country. So the other fun one I got is this. It's Bachmann car, but it's not. It's pretty decent. Detail, and the seller replaced the trucks with Microtrains trucks with Microtrains couplers, which is nice. But this is a Providence and Worcester P&W red boxcar. I don't know if there's a prototype for this, but it looks really nice, and it's in the Northeast. You know, the new date is 77, so it fits in my era. And yeah, it's a nice looking boxcar that you know, I've been listening to Round the Layout podcast a lot, and I was thinking of Ray when I saw this. Ray and his love for the P&W and New England Central. But I saw this and I was like, that's a neat car to have to add to, you know, really tie in my railroad to the Northeast, because I imagine P&W, what's it called, go all over the place. Auto racks go all over the place, but I don't know, it just felt right, so I grabbed that one. And then I got two more cars with specific purposes for the layout. So I would like to basically take one of the industry tracks, so the furthest back one, the one that's currently labeled as, what is it labeled as? I think loading docks, in my track diagrammatics and stuff, my schematics and everything. I want to basically get rid of one of the tracks in that industry, replace that whole industry with a gas distributor, a natural gas, not natural gas, propane gas distributor. So we're getting some propane accessories. But before I started doing that, I wanted to make sure I had some rolling stock. That way I didn't have an industry that I couldn't run anything to. So, and in that industry, I'll get a fence around it with gates over the tracks and stuff. It's going to be a fun thing to model, which I think really adds to it. And then the other industry there that's labeled as like canning company is going to become a team track, or pair of team tracks technically, with a loading dock down the middle. That way you can load, unload either side. And that'll be for all the industries that aren't directly on the layout in the town, which will allow me to have a little bit more variety on the cars that I run on the layout, which is nice. So that's why I did that, but like I said, I needed some rolling stock in order to run on those, so I picked up a couple of tank cars. So this one's an Atlas car with some Accumate couplers. Mississippi Chemical Corporation of Yazoo City, Mississippi. Excuse me. This is a very nice model, honestly. I like it a lot. It's got a lot of detail on it. But it's just an 11,000 gallon tank. Built in 51, so it will be on its way out relatively by my era. But I think it's close enough that I can swing it. And then we'll work from there. It's close enough for me, basically. And I don't mind if it's a bit old. It gives me opportunity to kind of bleach the top a bit and have some fun with testing that technique. The other one is a 50-foot, quote-unquote, 50-foot modern tank car from Roundhouse from, my guess is the 90s sometime, and that's got a Microtrains trucks got put on it. But it is actually a very nice car with these very strong, I believe they're wire stanchions, both up here and down here. Either wire or they're etched metal. These walkways are absolutely etched metal, as you can kind of see, or brass, one or the other, but as you can kind of see from the shine on the underside of that one, you can see the brass coloring. So I think it's brass, but it's either way a steel of a boxcar. It's a very nice model to get for whatever I got it for, $15, $10, whatever. I think this one might be a little bit too modern. No, new $675. What I do need to do though is I need to re-letter this, because it's in the right era, but I don't know why the Department of Defense, DODX, would be shipping anything to the random town of Balfour, New York, to a propane distributor. So I'm gonna have to look into what I can do to re-letter this. But it is, for now, Department of Defense is going to be very interested in this small town propane dealer. Because I like the car, the model's a great model, and I'm going to go ahead and use it. So that was my haul from the day, which was pretty decent if you ask me. And yeah, the train trip today was a great time. You guys that were here, Kairos and Brandon and anyone else that was in here, y'all basically just got a preview of what the video is going to be on the show. Clicking through quickly most of the video clips that is going to be used, and looking at the cars that I picked up, which will be in the video. But now let's move on to a little bit of weathering on this car here. So like I said, it's been a little while since I've done any weathering. It's been probably a month and a half, 2 months since I've done any sort of weathering. So I'm a little bit rusty. Not pun not intended. I'm a little rusty with my weathering skills. Oh, there it is. So we're gonna take this as an opportunity to kind of hone my edge again a little bit tonight, and almost certainly I'm not gonna get this car done tonight because, like I said, I am quite tired. But we're gonna get it started, and we're gonna do what we can here using these Tamiya sets, or Tamiya, or however you want to say them, and then some powders. What I might do is go back and wash it off and go back in with some paint. But I really didn't feel like pulling together all my paints tonight because they're all over the place, or not all over the place, but they're all packed kind of away because I did a lot of cleaning recently. So this is got a date of 2/75 on it, so it's gonna be not super duper weathered, but I'm gonna just try and grind things up a little bit and then put a couple of very light rust streaks down the sides of the car. Well, that already looks a lot better. And basically what I'm doing here, I'm taking some of the white here, and before too long I'm gonna have to pick up another one of these. Some of the white and then a touch of the black, just to get this kind of grimy gray going. And Tamiya stuff is nice because it self-adheres for the most part. To the car, which allows the process to be just a little bit simpler. Go. This already looks a lot better than that shiny, bright white that it was. Let me actually grab this. Where's my white? Grab my X-Acto blade out and another brush. I'm gonna try and lighten up all the blue lettering and the white lettering on this by just using a little bit of white. We're gonna try and just bring that blue tone, the tone of that blue up a bit, just so that it feels sun bleached. You know? That's what we're gonna try and do with this. Oh, that looks beautiful. That worked out wonderfully. I really should be wearing my gloves with the powder so I don't get fingerprints all over my car here. But oh well. Oh, that looks a lot better. I'm gonna weather. I'm gonna get, once I'm really back into things, I'm gonna weather the V&O car. I'm gonna weather the PCRC car that I just got. Another project that I've got on the bench here is this Vermont Railway old Atlas box car. I'm gonna weather that to hide some of the subpar painting that the car has, and I'm gonna obviously replace the wheel sets and cut the old couplers off and replace with body mounts. I might even try cutting down the ladders on this guy. I don't know. I gotta look into seeing some Vermont Railway prototypes of 40-foot boxcars, if those even exist. If they don't, then I'm free to do whatever I want. That's basically how that works. Okay, let me put this out of the way, that way I don't accidentally get it over myself or something else. Let's get some more grimy bits at this end of the car. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Add a touch of dirt to this coloration. Really, I need another brush. Need a dirt brush. Dirt brush acquired. There we go. Like that. Where did... There it is. That's where that brush went. Oh, don't do that. Come on, grab some of this. That. Here we go. All right. Before. After. This looks much more like a car that's been on the road anywhere from 2 to 5 years. Or 2 to 10 years, actually. 5 to 10 years, maybe. Pull a little bit of rust down from just a touch of rust, because again, I'm trying to be very light. Just want the merest hint of rust. Where did that super thin brush go? There it is. we go. Just a hint of rust there. Hint of rust here. There is that. I'm very happy with that, actually. That actually looks really good. Here, along this door frame. Try this as well. Where did that? I don't know. There it is. On the exposed rib. There we go. There we go. I'm very happy with that. I'll do one more before. So it looked like before we started working on it. And after. I would say much improved. Very much improved. I'm wiped. I honestly don't know if I'm going to keep going tonight. I think I might just leave it there for the night, because I don't know if I can do this. Extremely tired. So, with that, excuse me, 10 done. I think I might call it there. If I just do this. So, thanks for hopping in tonight, y'all. I always appreciate chatting with y'all. It's always a fun time when people are in chat, hanging out. Hope you enjoyed coming with me today to the train show, both for that 15-minute live stream earlier in the day and this live stream right now, where we walked through kind of what I saw, what I picked up, and a little bit of weathering. Got myself back into the swing of things. I'm gonna go to bed, that way I can wake up in the morning for work. But if you didn't hear earlier, like I said, fundraiser. Trying to earn up, or trying to raise at least $1,000 this month. Over the course of all my streams, you know, we've got $100 in there right now. We're trying to raise money over the course of all my streams this month. We're only 10 days in and only a couple streams in. And I promise I'm going to do more this week. Promise. Probably we'll do on Tuesday night, I think. And then I definitely plan on doing on Thursday night, because Thursday is National Diabetes Awareness Day. So absolutely will be streaming Thursday night. Probably for several hours, you know, 3-4 hours. So you can look forward to that. Wow! Oh man! But yeah, so thanks for tuning in tonight. If you've got a spare few bucks to spend this month, throw them the QR code right there. We'll bring you right to the donation page. There are links down in the description below as well. One link to my campaign, another link to the campaign at large, where you can look into what Breakthrough T1D is doing and what the money's going towards. So, in any case, thanks for tuning in tonight, y'all. I hope you enjoyed. My little weathering, and I will come back to that car either tomorrow or Tuesday. It's going to happen. We're going to finish this car very soon. And we're going to do some more weathering. Excuse me. We're going to run some more ups. We're going to play some more Railroader. Maybe some Train Sim. In any case, it's going to be a good month. So stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching, y'all. And I'm going to go click the thing now. But have a good night. I hope you enjoyed.